I'm Jones. I'm 14. I go to Verulam School in St.Albans. I got this opportunity to be in a film about black people who swimming, and I was in school. I got put for a project called Smiling Boys, and we had like an art gallery in the St. Albans Museum, and there was one guy called Michael there, and he was like, "Do you want to do some modeling? Do you want to be in a film?" I said, "Yeah, all right." So I did that, and I didn't realize my school gave me a lot of the opportunities. I didn't realize that they were in the background of it. I thought it was just the whole thing with the Smiling Boys, but no, it was a school. So I was actually quite like I was just like I was mind blown, because I didn't think my school would do that. So in my part of the film, my name's Michael in the film, and I think one of my mates in the film, he wants to be a swimmer. He wants to be part of the Marines, but he doesn't know how to swim. The other character that is mates with the guy, he's quite supportive. Um, Me, on the other hand, in my role in the film, I'm not the most supportive person. That there'll be certain parts where I say you can't swim. What's the point in doing that? And I mean, I'm fine to play the role, yeah, but I've realized, there are a lot of kids that won't support other kids and stuff, like in reality, that they won't support them for stuff like that, for their ideas, for what they want to do when they're older. And I just thought it's quite deep, because support does help with a lot of people and what you want to do when you're older and your choices in life. So, you know, but my advice and how I feel, like I feel quite strongly about it because I found the numbers that 90% of black adults can't swim, and I think 80% of black kids can't swim. And I was like, oh my god, I didn't think that it was going to be that big. I thought it was like maybe like 45%, something like that. And I just thought with the new generation as well coming up, and like more than half of the black kids can't even swim. And let's say with that in geography, I was learning that probably in a couple years, I say a couple years, a lot of years, the water levels will be rising. And if they can't swim, they're not going to survive for it. I just thought, more kids should be swimming. My advice probably would to be just do you, not do what everyone else thinks. Like don't think about what other people think of you. Just do you, because if you want to do something in life, you can achieve it. You don't always have to have the opinions of other people to do them stuff. You know what I mean? So, Michael, he's my mentor at school. He's coming in tomorrow actually to come see me at school. Um, he given me a lot of opportunities. I think my role with him, is to kind of speak for the black community a bit with certain stuff such as swimming, maybe hair, you know, and he's told me to be a role model because, lots of people will have stereotypes about races and all that stuff. And so I see why he wants me to be a role model. I don't think overall I've had a lot of like involvement with kickoff at 3 yet because, I've just like been in the whole thing. But, you know, with Michael in general, though, I've had quite a bit of involvement. So yeah, like stereotypes on like every race in general, but then like that's quite bad. It shouldn't, some are good, some are bad, but especially being black, I'd get a lot of stereotypes thinking, oh, he's a gang member, oh, he's not a good guy, or stuff like this. And like the way I dress as well, like I'll dress in a tracksuit and people think I'm not like a good person. I also think that's also partly to do with the fact that I'm a teenager. Most people think teenagers don't really do good stuff, but I know a lot of kids that do good stuff. I'm doing good stuff. I'm, helping with kick off at 3 and stuff like that. So um I'm confident to break down them stereotypes. I don't know about other people, but personally, I think they should be stopped, and everyone should just be equal. We're all humans. So when I'm at home, usually I'll be asleep or I'll be downstairs with my mom watching just films and stuff, or I'll be on my Xbox. Um, Sports wise, I play rugby. and I do a bit of boxing. I do boxing every Thursday evening. Um, and I do like doing my sports as hobbies. Except from like school days, usually I'll just go out with my friends and we'll just go around St.Albans. Maybe we'll go to London. I don't know. We just go out. We just chill. So as a job when I'm older, I don't really know. It was like with my GCSE, I didn't really know what I wanted to pick because I'd rather have it all on like a sheet where I can see all the jobs that you can pick, what you can do. Um, if I could pick, it's not really a job, but it's more like a hobby. I'd love to like do music and stuff. I like rapping. I write lyrics as well. So I want to do that. I'd also want to play rugby. The only issue with that is the fact that I'd have to get up every morning really early and it'd be freezing cold. But it's a good paying job. It is quite fun playing rugby. So the pandemic, I think, for my generation as well, was quite difficult because most of us had or are coming up to GCSEs or picking our options and stuff. And it was really hard because I had to go through school through that, and it was quite tempting as well because I had my Xbox in my room as well, and I had to do lessons as well. So it wasn't. I didn't think I got as much support home learning. I preferred to be in a classroom with the teacher where I'm in a school, especially having ADHD as well. When you're at home, you wanna sit down, you wanna chill. But at school, it's more of a learning environment. So with my mindset, it just puts my mindset straight to learning and doing work. When I'm at home, it's more chilling, sleeping, eating, whatever. So I don't think the friendship group so much impacted. I think because we all had phones, so we could all text each other, we could go on calls and stuff, and it wouldn't really have like impact it. I think um I still have the same friends, not all of them, but most of them I'm still mates with, and yeah, I think it was quite good the fact that our generation have phones. I think back if you were living in the 80s or the 90s or the early 2000s when you didn't have phones like that, I think it would have been hard with the pandemic because you wouldn't be able to go to school. Unless I don't know if you had house phones back then, like where kids would have phones, but they could call their friends, but they wouldn't be able to see them or anything. So I think it would have been quite difficult back then. But I would have thought that it'd be easier now, but it was still quite difficult being in lockdown. Having ADHD with certain things is quite hard. I think lockdown because I like being out. I like doing stuff. I don't like sitting at home being on my games. I used to, but it gets boring quick. It's like with reading, having ADHD. I don't know if it's just having with people with ADHD or if it's with everyone, but I don't like reading. It just gets a bit boring. Like I'll read one or two pages and I'm just like no, or I start fidgeting or something. It's like watching a film as well. Unless I'm proper into the film, you know, um, I go on my phone. I start fidgeting. I get bored. Um, I think doing a filming thing, I think that'd be quite good because a lot will be going on, and I'll have to, you know, what would you call it? I'd have to remember a lot of like lines and stuff, and that would put my mind to work to do stuff. So I think it's quite good. It's quite good to get my mind away from things as well with that. So uh, I'm actually really enjoying it. I haven't started filming yet, but I think I'm going to enjoy it. I was when I was younger in year four, I was in the film Dumbo uh as a background character, and it was quite fun doing that. We'd they'd give us food and stuff. We'd be like, I'd make new friends. I think from this opportunity, I think a lot of doors will open, and I think it'll be quite fun. Interviews wise, I do like doing interviews. I've never really done like an interview before, and doing it is quite interesting. Because you get to get a lot off your chest by saying what's happened in your life. And giving your views. So I think swimming I didn't really find that difficult. I found it more relaxing. So I liked doing it. You'd have to learn how to do it. So when like you're moving your arms, you're thinking, oh, I have to do that and this and this. I don't really find it too hard. When I got the hang of it, I just started doing it, and I find it quite relaxing. So that's why I didn't really what's it? That's why it wasn't really hard for me. Schoolwork, it does. It depends what lesson it is. I mean, my school, like what I like to do, we're not allowed on our phones at school, but what I'll do, I'll put my AirPods in and I'll just start working because it helps me concentrate. But they don't let the school don't let me do that. But personally, I think lots of young people that do that, that it helps them. I don't know how, but with studying, I think my mum does it as well. She likes to listen to music when she's studying and doing work and stuff. So um the schoolwork, when you don't have stuff like that, like fidget toys or anything, I think it's quite difficult because you'll get yourself in trouble by calling out and having chats with other people. And I don't think people that don't have ADHD, or unless they've like worked with people with ADHD and stuff, I don't think they like fully understand what it's like. That so then you'll get told off at school, you'll get you'll do something in the wrong moment or the wrong time because you're either bored that you can't focus, and so you'll either get told off, or it's just being a bit embarrassing. You know what I mean? So I don't think socially. So actually, socially a bit. I mean, because when you go out, especially now I'm only 14 as well. Let's say I want to go to London with my friends. You have to be quite mature, and I think that also depends on the person, not just ADHD. Because with ADHD, you want to be jumping around. You want to be quite loud. You want to be joking around and stuff. Um, so being mature, or just being like relaxed, I think is quite hard unless you're like taking meds like me. I'm taking meds, and that helps quite a lot. I think it's quite hard. Um, Socially, I think it's quite good having ADHD though, because let's say I have a conversation with someone and it will just never die down unless like there isn't a topic to be talking about. Like I just, I think it's quite like fun having ADHD. Makes me feel different as well, so I like that. I'm excited for the film to come out. Blacks Can't Swim Rewind. It's coming out in the summer. Not too long till the summer. Might feel long. You might look at the months and be like, hot weather is gonna be a long way away. But I think it will go quite quick. So yeah, that'll be coming out quite soon. I think in general it is quite important that everyone swims. If there's like a tsunami or something. In the UK, I don't really think that would happen, but in general, or let's say it's quite hot and you want to go to the pool, all your other mates they can swim, and you're just there like, oh well, wish I could do that. Like, you know, I think it's quite important to raise the awareness as well, just because the more you raise it, the more people will be like, let me try that, and then they'll do it. It's kind of like fashion. Someone will bring something up, other people will support it and share it around, and then it will go around and lots of people just start doing it. you know um I think it is quite important, not just for being able to save your life if you're ever at the beach or something, but I also think for leisure, to clear your head, because lots of people have work, they go to school, whatever, and I think it is quite important to clear your head and have like a good time in your daily life, you know what I mean? So